Hey guys, it's me, Krystina. So today I wanted to do something a little different. I am going to show you today how to make buttercream frosting. I have a hobby of making cupcakes, and a lot of people have asked me for my frosting recipe and my cupcake recipes and all of this stuff. I'm not giving away everything, but I am going to show you how to make a basic buttercream frosting today. So first thing you want to do is get together your ingredients. So here I have about 4 cups of confectioner sugar, which is powdered sugar, and 2 sticks of butter, which are 1/2 cup each. So for every 1/2 cup of butter, every stick of butter, and these are unsalted, you want 2 cups of powdered sugar. I am going to flavor it, which is what this is for later, but I also have some half and half here, so we're going to use this. And a hand mixer. If I had a KitchenAid, I'd be so happy, but I don't, so this is what it is. So the first thing you want to do is you want to cream the butter. So you're going to take your butter, and I've already melted this a little bit in the microwave because it was frozen. You don't want to melt it all the way, but if you put it on like 30% power for 30 seconds to a minute, depending on your microwave, you can get it soft enough to mix with. So first I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn this up, and I'm going to go ahead and mix the butter. It's helpful to keep the bowl tilted back towards you so that when the butter splatters everywhere, it goes inside the bowl and not all over your kitchen. So when you're all done creaming your butter, it should look like this, nice and creamy. You can just touch that and it's very creamy. It's all mixed together, and that's creaming the butter. So the next thing you want to do after you've creamed your butter is start adding your confectioner sugar. And you can sift it if you want to. You can get like a little sifter, something like this, and sift it in, so that'll get rid of any of the bumps. If you want, it'll make for a smoother frosting. It's not absolutely imperative. I do like to sift. So today I'm going to do that. And you just want to put it in small amounts. So you don't want to dump all of the sugar in at one time. You just want to do like small amounts, and I'm just going to sift that in there. And like all the bumps are in there, so they're all going to get sort of weeded out. You can also sift all of the sugar ahead of time before you start adding it to your mixture. That's also an option. So once you've got some powdered sugar in there, go ahead and mix that back up on medium to high speed. As you mix it, you'll see the butter start to take on a sort of creamier, more stiff consistency. So it's definitely a lot stiffer now if you touch it, just from adding that. So the idea is to continue adding the sugar until you get the stiffness that you want in your frosting. So I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of the sugar, and I'll be back with you when that's done. So as you can see, I've gone through most of the sugar at this point, and I've got most of it mixed in here into what's going to be our frosting. I am going to take a spatula. I like these rubber ones because they really scrape everything, and just scrape the sides of the bowl in and get anything that's getting splattered or missed. And one great way to not have to deal with this is to scrape it directly back on the blades instead of onto your bowl. So at this point you can start to add some liquids. So what I'm going to add is actually some half and half. A lot of people use milk. I like half and half for the consistency that it gives. So I am going to use, I'm going to use 2 tablespoons. This is a teaspoon. That's not going to help me. And that's a fork. 2 tablespoons of this. I'm just going to go ahead and add that now before I finish mixing in the rest of the sugar. So now I'm going to continue mixing, and at the end we're going to add our flavors. But what we're going to have at the end of that is going to be a basic buttercream, and you can add any flavors you want. So I'm going to continue mixing this, and we'll check it out when it's all done. So I've just finished mixing up the frosting, and this is going to be what it's going to look like at the end. So very, very stiff. It's not drippy at all. It's really, really smooth. You don't want any graininess, so make sure you mix it thoroughly and add the powdered sugar very slowly. Now with this is nice and stiff, but we can go ahead and make this a little bit softer. And that's going to be okay. We're going to add some flavoring to this buttercream. So if you wanted plain buttercream, then here you go. That's going to do it for you. I, however, am making lemon buttercream today. So I'm going to go ahead and add some flavoring. You can even add liquor to your frosting if you're over the legal age limit in your area. Right now I have some Cointreau in this bowl here, which is about one of these little bottles of Cointreau. I've also got the zest from one lemon, which is about this size. And I'm going to go ahead and just dump that into the Cointreau, let that marinate. And I take about a teaspoon of pure lemon extract. I'm going to be very careful because this stuff is, very potent. Potent. I'm having speaking issues today. So that was a little more than I probably wanted, but that's okay. And I'm going to also take a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I tend to like to put vanilla in my buttercream frosting anyway. If you like it, I would definitely add it. If you don't, then you can definitely leave it as is, and it's delicious. I just think it gives it a little something extra. I'm going to mix all of this together. This is the lemon extract, the Cointreau, the vanilla, and the zest from one lemon. And that is mighty lemony. So I'm going to add this very, very slowly. We may not use all of this, but I'm going to add just a couple of teaspoons at a time and start mixing that in. Okay, so I've added in all of my lemon flavoring to this, and as you can see, the consistency is a little bit wetter than it was earlier. But it's super lemony. It's really delicious, and this is going to hold up just fine when I pipe it onto the cupcakes. So that's cool. You can add whatever flavors you want to your buttercream frosting. I happen to do lemon today. You can do any fruit flavoring. Any liqueur pairing that you want is going to be delicious. And play around with it. I actually added a little bit more lemon extract and a little bit more Cointreau after I had mixed in everything that was in my little bowl here. So this is ready to go onto the cupcakes. And if you want to do anything decorative, at the end this would be the time to add in your food coloring or any other fun stuff that you want to do. But I'm going to go ahead and go pipe some cupcakes of this delicious frosting, and I will see you guys next week. I hope you like this tutorial, and leave a comment. Let me know what you thought. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Krys of All Trades, and I will see you guys next week. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.